This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, good evening. Call the Administration Finance Committee meeting of May the 27th to order. Do we have a quorum? I think we do.
Yes, Mr. Chair, you do have a quorum.
Okay, we do have two commissioners that's virtual. Mr. Chairman, how are you this evening? And
Good evening, sir. I'm doing well. How's everyone?
you're good. Would you like to be voted into the meeting?
I don't plan on voting or anything, so if the reason is just for me, I pass.
Yes, sir. It's your wish. And we have Commissioner Cray. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. We would like to vote you into the meeting. Can you tell me, I'm sorry. No, you go ahead.
Commissioner McCray, if you can tell us where you're located, just city and state, as well as the reason that you need to participate remotely.
Trust the VA and its personal reason.
Okay, can we have a motion to admit Commissioner McCray to the meeting?
I make a motion that we admit Commissioner McCray into our meeting tonight.
Need a second?
Second motion.
All right. It's been moved and second for Commissioner McCray to participate remotely. Um, Since you all are just here in person, all in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? The ayes have it. Commissioner McCray, you may now participate remotely.
Okay, thank you and welcome again, both Chair, Commissioner McCray, and everyone else, staff, and other commissioners. The minutes, we received the minutes a few days ago. Anyone have any changes and additions to the minutes?
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the minutes as done.
Okay, need a
Second.
Okay,
It's been moved and second to approve the April 27, 2026 meeting minutes. Since Commissioner McCray is participating remotely, I would do a roll call vote. I'll start with you, Commissioner Lewis.
yay?
Okay. Commissioner Parker,
Aye.
Commissioner McCray,
Aye.
and Commissioner Pitchford.
Aye.
All right, the ayes have it. April 27th minutes have been approved.
Okay, do we have any citizen comments?
None for this evening,
Okay,
sir.
thank you, thank you. Okay, new business, CFO Ruckus, we'll turn it over to you. I said it's not here. We'll turn it over to, I was gonna say both of you, but turn it over to CFO Ruckus to go over the financials.
All righty, thank you very much, and hopefully I won't have the microphone issues that I had last month. Good evening, commissioners, and all of you in attendance. Appreciate the time and having you here with us this evening. To briefly go over the financials. Make that bigger. Can we make that bigger? Yeah. They all have your phone. Okay. All right. Just wanted to make sure. So high level, looking at RHA as a whole, everything is pretty much trending positive compared to budget. with the exception of LIPH. And that is primarily due to two reasons. One is lower revenue due to vacancies and high utility expenses, which is driving up the expense side. So those two items have combined to create that deficit that we are seeing right now. And we will be continuing to do what we can to limit expenses. Some of the questions that we have received from you, Commissioner Lewis. We do not anticipate any cash shortage in COCC. In fact, we are going through a reconciliation process right now to conform with the HUD cash management rules, which will prevent us from having a negative, or should prevent us from having a negative cash or cash shortage. As I touch base in the explanation, the LIPH is primarily due to the low tenant revenue due to vacancies and high utility expenses. So the budget that was prepared for this fiscal year was prepared by my predecessor and the budget manager, who is no longer with us. So I don't know a lot of the details and assumptions that they had. But from what I can tell is that we are meeting some of our projections better. It was a conservative budget in terms of timing. We are meeting that better than we had anticipated. With the COCC, we are observing more revenue because the programs are performing better. HCVP, we did not, there was a lot of positions that were vacant. We did not fill those positions and instead went with a third party who, from what we are seeing now, has done it at a cheaper cost than what filling those positions, including benefits, would have costed. With RECD, we did not anticipate the amount of revenue that we have been receiving for the conduit bonds or related to the conduit bonds. So that is something that going into this budget cycle, we are going to take into consideration and hope to keep that that revenue coming through at that level.
I've got one question, Mr. Chairman. And David, you mentioned just now you've got some, I guess, some temps in there filling some positions right now that help to keep those expenses lower for the revenue, that side of it. Do you anticipate holding on to them?
Sorry.
Or is that your decision? That's Colleen's decision. Is that your decision to make?
It is not temps. We contracted with an outside agency to handle that. So it's not temps, but I guess somewhat similar, but it is a third party outside a vendor that we contracted with. We will continue to review to ensure cost savings, but I believe it would be beneficial at this point in time to continue with that third party vendor. They are professionals that can handle this and are doing it at a lower cost than what it would cost us to hire and pay benefits.
Are they effective in the job?
Yes.
Okay, well, why not keep them?
Well, let me ask a question also, same lines as Commissioner Parker. You had mentioned that the budget officer vacant position is vacant.
Correct.
Are you advertising? Because I didn't see it in the HR report.
Correct. We are not advertising it yet. I want to take the time to review my team to identify strategically.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
I had only one question, as it relates to the budget. Some of the bonds, or, from the projects, how is that, all that factored in here?
Yes, if I may, Mr. Chair. So that's our tax conduit bond program. And yes, it should be reflected. I'm going to allow through those numbers today with our Senior Vice President Cheryl Hampton. And we have, I think, two numbers we want to share with you. What has come in thus far through the tax conduit bond program and what we anticipate by December, what that number will be. Sherelle,
Yes.
you need a, yeah.
Good evening, Commissioners and Chair Lewis and my colleagues. The two numbers that Mr. Nesmith is talking about, cash received to date, $431,000, a little bit more than that, couple of hundred on with it. I just don't have that paper here, but 431,000. That is made up of three things. One, it is made up of the proceeds that we get at closing. It is made up of the application fees, and it is made up of annual admin fees that we get. The second number is what's outstanding is a little over 300,000, about 302,000 and some odd dollars. That is the outstanding projects that you all approved. You approved, the city approved, but now they have gone to the state, the Commonwealth, to be funded. And so we're waiting to see what the decision is of the Commonwealth. That is a fluctuating date. It should be by December 31, but it could also run into 2027.
And those numbers will eventually be reflected in the budget, or that's a separate item that will not be reflected in the budget?
The only number that should be incorporated here now is the $431,000 that we received. I would like to point out that the conduit bond program runs calendar and not fiscal. But
Okay.
the numbers I'm reporting, I went through and picked out what was in this fiscal year, and that's what's being reported now.
Okay, I have no more questions. Thank you.
Ms. Hampton, is that 431,000? Is that what's projected?
No, we are performing VP Parker better than, and that's reflected in when you look at budget to actuals to see
Okay.
it is performing better. We have really, staff and I have really tried to work to perfect that.
That's the good news.
But I would assume that, I shouldn't assume, but that on the
Yeah.
budget side, it would be around 700,000+ on the budget projected for the entire year.
Right.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Sir, of course.
Yeah, so can we see the slide that corresponds to the dialogue or the talk points that Ms. Hampton is referring to? Because I'm not able to follow along with the slide that's currently up on the screen.
I don't think they have injected
Yeah.
it yet.
So, Chair Jackson, I'm not sure you're going to see that. First of all, I'm not sure you're going to see that and be able to follow that. So, it's embedded in the total number. So it will not be separated out, sir.
Okay.
Okay. The overall projected budget for fiscal 26, I believe, showed a 3.7 million deficit. Again, done by my predecessor and the budget manager, who's no longer here. In speaking with him prior to his departure and asking him about that, he indicated that that was passed, and the plan was to sell off property in order to cover that deficit. We are currently in the process of closing on the Gray Street property. We have, I think it has been reported, at least to the overall board, that we received 500,000 and some in escrow payments. The remainder that will be received by the end of this fiscal year. The increase in AP is primarily due to timing, timing of when invoices are received and payments are done. We typically do AP runs once a week. So there's the buildup until the AP run is done, and then also a timing issue of when funds are drawn down. So for example, capital funds or something like that, or grant, I should say. And when that money is received, we request a drawdown of when that money is received. With the cash flow statement, this is just what is reported in this packet is kind of a summarized cash flow statement, which primarily represents the reconciliation between net income and cash from operations. To give an idea of our total cash flow, which is why the non-operating items such as you indicated, depreciation are included in there. And speaking to your question regarding the receivables, are you referring to receivables agency-wide or specific receivables such as tenant receivables? Tenant receivables. Okay. We do, excuse me. We do have a chart that we can add into the next the deck for the next meeting. Typically speaking, around mid-month, we receive about 50%. And at the end of the month, it's roughly around 70% collection rate on rent.
Mr. CFO, were there other items, or did you exhaust those items that he sent in on the notes that we went over?
So that, if there is anything else that you want to look at specifically in the deck, I went through kind of the agency-wide. There's the various programs. That's pretty much the same information in a slightly different format. The variance explanations, which I've discussed some of them here. The payables, the aged payables. And one thing that I did kind of want to expand on is the reconciliation process that we are undergoing right now for cash and making sure we adhere to cash management. That is going to look at 10 years worth of history by program, not only from the accounts payable, but also from payroll to make sure all programs have contributed what they should.
Mr. Chair, if I can add, I did receive from HUD Washington, DC, just late, that HUD DC will be providing additional funding with respect to our mainstream voucher program. We'll give those numbers to you the next meeting, and also for our, what was the other one? I forget. It's missing at the moment. But also for our emergency voucher programs as well. If you recall, we reported at the full board meeting that HUD DC is ending funding, sunsetting it at the end of this year for the emergency voucher program. But I just received email saying that they will provide some additional funding, and we'll give you those numbers at the next meeting as well. And then I think there was a third category, Kim. So it was emergency, it was mainstream, and then there was another. I think it may have been for HAP payments, but we'll be giving you those specific numbers at the next meeting that we got some additional funding for our voucher program.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Anything else? Great. Any questions, commissioners?
No, I'm fine.
I'm good.
Did we go over the RDC
It's in there.
at all?
It is in here. I did not go over that. We can if you would like.
Go to the microphone there, David.
Yeah.
Really
Um, The RDC statements are in here, the balance sheet and the income statement, and our income is roughly break even through 7 months.
I would say that at the full board meeting, SIG did give a very specific presentation on the RDC.
Thank you, David.
Okay, if there are no more questions, we'll move on to the agency vacant position report.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Reed Johnson. I'm the Deputy Director of Human Resources. I'll be filling in for Jessica. She's attending her 8th grade son's graduation tonight.
Oh.
So for May 2026, we had a total of 15 vacant positions. We're currently actively recruiting 13 of those. Going down the list, for our real estate department, we have a Vice President of Real Estate and Development position open. For affordable housing, we have our Senior VP of Affordable Housing. Hillside, Gilpin, and Whitcomb Management each have a Senior Off Support Specialist vacancy. The Communications Department has a Communications Coordinator vacancy open as well. For our legal team, they have an Associate General Counsel position. Our IT team has a Technical Support Specialist. Maintenance for Stonewall, Whitcomb, Stonewall again, and Fairfield, they have 6 maintenance vacancies, one of those being an HVAC mechanic. Our HCVP department has a housing specialist position open. TSO has a program eligibility specialist open, and then our resident services has a family self-sufficiency specialist open. As it relates to our Section 3 hires to date, last board meeting, Jessica let you guys know we did have a hiring event in Fairfield. We did have a lot of support for that hiring event. We wound up hiring 2 maintenance specialists out of that pool of applicants. Unfortunately, none of those are Section 3 hires. However, we are always continuing our efforts to make sure we incorporate Section 3 hiring. As to some of the items that Commissioner Lewis asked for, you asked for a comprehensive list of all of positions for fiscal year 26 that were added, to my understanding.
Yes. So that was one of the items that you sent me in the last minute. That is right there.
I just said any new positions added
Right.
since
Yes, sir.
FY.
Budget. That's what he's referring
Yeah,
to.
just new. Any new
Yes, sir.
positions added.
We don't have a comprehensive list right now. We can provide that to you at the next board meeting. Off the top of my head, though, I have about 2 to 3 positions that we've added. Our ombudsman position, our capital projects inspector, and our technological support specialist. Those are 3 of the positions. Like I said, we'll have a comprehensive list ready and prepared for you at our next board meeting.
Okay.
Pending any questions, that concludes the vacancy report.
Yeah, Mr. Johnson, question on the Section 3. You say you weren't able to hire any of Section 3 during your search.
Yes, sir.
What do you think the reason is? What's going on with that? Or how can we improve that, make that different? Put it that way.
I think more events engaging with the community, like hiring fairs like we did at Fairfield, that opens it up. Well, one, let me backtrack. One, we hosted it in our communities, so our residents can attend, because that's where the majority of our Section 3 hires are going to come from. So sponsoring or holding more events, hiring events within our communities, and inviting all of our residents out in order to apply so we can see what fits for them for the agency. It just so happened that none of the ones who we decided to hire were Section 3 hires.
They did not qualify, or they didn't feel qualified?
They didn't designate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And another question, I guess right now, when you're talking about the heating and air conditioning season right now, are we actively pursuing the person that or Stonewall?
Absolutely.
Especially.
Absolutely.
To make sure that we have somebody at that facility that's, competent and able to keep that place.
Yes, sir. I would say the big holdup for that position is finding qualified candidates that have the right technical certifications and needed in order to perform the job.
Yeah.
Making sure that they, 1, are a good fit for the agency, and then 2, that they're qualified, and then 3, that they're compensated and paid for their technical certifications. So that's a challenge in itself.
Mm. Thank you, Mr. Johnson.
No problem.
I just had a question. What, in your opinion, would you say is the health of the HR department as far as the future? going towards the future?
Future being, can you specify the question a little bit for me?
Okay, what, in your opinion, would you speculate the health of the HR department as far as our human resources, their skills and all of that going forward?
So as an HR department, we're extremely strong. We're a strong, I mean, I'm sorry, small, but very mighty team. The way our department is constructed now, we have, I wouldn't say upper mobility, but we have resources for every employee in order to utilize us in the best way that suits them. We are a department of 4. The future, we are all very young within our time in the agency. We all have a lot to learn, but we've also learned a lot already together. We're a very tight-knit team, and we are here for the employees' disposal. So the future looks extremely bright for our HR department. Yeah, very, very bright for us.
Okay, I think that's good to know.
Mr. Chair, if I may add one item, in terms of the future, I think one of the things that we're looking to do, which I think the employees did talk about when we had our, when we went out, we had our listening session, went to all the amps, and that is the future. We're looking to implement employee evaluations. So that's the future. That's important because when we went out to this listening session to all the employees, they said, we do want, and we're not afraid of having an employee evaluation. You all know that I have my evaluation, but they want it. Why? Because they said it would then give them a sense of where they need training to either go vertical to go for a promotion, or if they get an evaluation, maybe I need to go lateral to the right, another job because I'm not suited for this job, or to go left for another. So the future, we're looking to undertake that for 2027.
Yeah, beginning of 2027, January 2027 is when we're looking to roll out employee evaluations.
Yeah, we'll be very intentional about it and looking at different employee evaluation formats. There are lots of them out there. I want to beta test and figure out which one would be the best one. But I think the future with HR, that's going to help out culture, and that's going to help out, I think, on the issue of retention.
That's what I want.
And that's going to be directly to the HR.
Mr. Johnson, do you think the workforce development program, if there were one, would be more helpful with the Section 3 applicants feeling more, hey, I'm more qualified now to put my name down for that particular job if I had, some more training?
It definitely may. That can be a very big contingency or a very big hurdle for Section 3 hires to apply and also be, onboarded with us. It potentially can be the lack of training that you have, or lack of certifications or experience that you have. So a workforce development program for our residents would greatly increase their chances
build
and
our
our chances of
confidence.
retaining
Yeah.
Section 3 hires.
I think you're doing a good job with outreaching and going through the communities, having your fairs, your career affairs. I would think that somehow, some way, we got to get people thinking that, hey, I can do this.
Absolutely.
I need to be able to put my name down and go that mile or whatever is necessary. So I don't know, but I appreciate what you guys are doing, but I do think that maybe we might want to head in that direction to at least explore it.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Ms. Johnson.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. We'll move on to the IT report. Mr. Mitchell?
Okay, good day, everybody, board
day.
members, Ms. Nesbitt, everybody remotely. My name is Mervyn Mitchell. I'm the Vice President of IT Information Technology, and I'll be giving you a brief synopsis on updates as far as the help desk and our Doc Lodge security. The first slide, as you can see, is a presentation of the help desk for the past month as far as accounts, tickets that came in, and it gives us a breakdown on exactly what tickets came in, specifics as far as account administration, application support, data infrastructure, desktop administrator, hardware, infrastructure security, network, and telephone. We also have voicemail, phone, and email. And we also have a number of the priority tickets that came in, and they give us a priority as far as what the help desk took, as far as priorities for 70 and one on the medium. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Next slide. One more. I believe it's one more. Yeah, here we go. All right. As far as the dark race cybersecurity goes for the past month, we have a little decrease in the extortion email. We've been kind of very diligent paying attention to those. Like again, departments that mostly get hit on these emails, finance and account payables, have been very vigilant, I should say, as far as catching those emails and passing them on that gets by the crack as far as the security checks and whatnot in that realm. Also, the spoofing indicators has dropped also. Email account takeovers, slight tick up. Also, all those accounts that have been coming through our system has been caught and separated from the rest of emails and stored in respiratory. And the final one here, I'll go over suspicious link and suspicious attachment. As you can see, suspicious links are up, but suspicious attachments are down, which is a good thing because a lot of attachments, we do get a lot of attachments during the day throughout the department and RRHA. So knowing that the attachments on the cybersecurity attack are down, that's good news. Soliciting, all right. And other than that, as far as what I have presented, anybody have any questions?
I don't have any.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Sure.
Thank
Okay.
you. Very good.
Piosini, purchasing. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I miss one? No. Procurement.
It is two separate things, actually, purchasing and procurement.
That is true. It is. It certainly is. Yes, it is.
But that's okay. I know what you meant.
Okay, well, let's do procurement.
Good evening, commissioners and staff. As you can see right now, we have our only current solicitation that's out there is for our litter removal. And that's for the big 6 property, well, big 5, I should say, don't do it at Creighton anymore. Yeah, they don't do it at Creighton. So that is out, that is due back on June 2nd. And then solicitations that we have under review, we're still looking at our LIPH professional services. This is the companies that we're looking at to help our LIPH departments with their rent collection and various dashboards and just reporting purposes. We are also still looking at the janitorial service for 1812 and the armed security services for the big 5 and senior sites as well. We have completed the lawn maintenance, the grant writer, debt collector, public safety strategic plan writer, the on-call plumbing, cabinets and countertops at Wickham, and tub replacement and refinishes at Wickham as well. So we've pushed out a lot there today. We've actually had our kickoff meeting today for the debt collector, and our kickoff meeting is scheduled for next week with the grant writer. So we're looking forward. I know Mr. Nesmith is especially looking forward to getting that kicked off. So we did cancel our electrical services. We have put this bid out 3 times, I believe, and we have not been getting, we got responses, but the pricing that they provided to us was outrageous, and so we didn't award it. The first one, we didn't award it to anybody and said, okay, well, we're going to get a little more specific with our scope of work. And we put it out again. When we put it out again, we didn't get any bids. So we're like, okay, well, let's try one more time. And we got 1 bid back, but it was from a vendor that we have had to do stop work on for our, that had a contract with us, but lost it because of performance. And so, of course, we're not going to award him contract. And so I decided that, for now, because I don't spend a ton in electrical services, that for now we do have other vendors that we have contracts for that are not like some of our vacancy vendors. They have an electrical arm in their company. So if there's an issue that comes up with electrical systems at the property, they've been encouraged to reach out to those vendors because we got like 3 vendors. So, it's a good pool of vendors that can provide electrical services. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah.
So-
Can
Mr. Chair,
go ahead,
please.
sir. No. Go ahead.
Oh, my question is, what are the problems that you were noticing, Colleen, with the, electrical bids that you were putting out? You weren't getting back what? I'm a myth. What are we saying?
The pricing that they were
Pricing.
providing, yeah. So we were asking for, like an electrician cost, a journeyman cost, potential over, hold on, what's the word I'm thinking of? Markup for materials, and they were coming in, like some of them were like $200 an hour. I'm like that, just the basic Davis-Bacon rates. And I realize that there are, your health insurance and other costs included in that, but it just seemed very unreasonable to me. And based on what I've seen in other costs that we've paid for electrical services. And so that's what one of them wanted to buy like a whole new bucket truck, and for $40,000, we're like, no, so it wasn't working for us. I didn't like the numbers. And so I decided, like I said, that we have 3 vendors currently that do provide electrical services that have contracts with us for other things. And as long as it's not over our small purchasing threshold, that we're good to go with just using one of those.
Are they able, or anyone that's bidding able to see, previous bids under the Freedom of Information Act and?
Oh, yeah,
what,
definitely.
What you're looking for, so that they can be
Well,
more presentable?
So I don't think they've done an electrical services bid here
Right.
before.
Yeah.
So as far as, that kind of information, there is no historic information. So that would be something that we wouldn't be able to give to you. This was like a whole new thing for us. It's same thing like they didn't have a plumbing contractor on board before I got here. They didn't, they had vacancy contractors, but that was the only contractors they had.
So how can we educate the public on what we're looking for and make this come on and
I guess we really need to have our scope looked at by somebody that probably is familiar with, the type of work that's done in the electrical field, because typically our CFG team does our scopes, and we thought that it was sufficient. And I even incorporated some, because we did an electrical services bid in Jacksonville before I left. And so I used some of the information from that bid as well in our scope of work. But I'm not sure. I think part of it might be that people get kind of daunted by the whole solicitation process itself. And so one of my things that I've talked about wanting to do over, as far as our, looking forward, is actually holding a training for vendors or companies out here,
Right.
and just walk through the bidding process with them. And, maybe it would help them. And plus, I'm trying to streamline the bidding process a little more as well, so that it's not as daunting to them. And I think that if they understand the process and it's not so cumbersome, we would get a lot of more responses.
I think the electricians know electrical, but they just don't know the business part.
Right. And
think-
that's the
I think
part
it's
that
our
they
part
need
of-
to
to
learn.
help
And it's not really that hard. I think that, like I said, they get daunted by the forms, but it's required. We have to fill out the forms. We have to have the forms, so it gets a little, and then I think a lot of them too, like the Davis-Bacon reporting, they get, scared by that as well, or even the Section 3, because they just don't understand. So that's why my goal is to have a training where we can go over that kind of stuff with, whoever, even our current vendors that might, not really understand it as well.
think that's very good. I think if you make that move, it would certainly help. I've seen a lot of electricians who do very good electrical work. They're good at doing that. Sometimes, and I've seen some people go to people's house and do work, and then someone will call back and say, "Well, they never left me a bill," you know. And so you have to call them back. To
Right,
get
yeah,
paid.
that would be lovely.
So there's all kinds of things that to educate them to
Yes.
be just more professional in what
Right.
in what they're doing, and that would help us.
Yes.
That
Oh,
helps
yes,
us to have
definitely.
a better team.
Right.
Once we do that, so
Right.
I'm just suggesting.
Commissioner Parker, let me kind of add to that or ask the question. And I just can't remember the name of the system at the moment, or the portal, but we even use it at Virginia Union, but it's the state
Yeah.
procurement process.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah,
can't-
EVA.
EVA.
EVA,
yeah.
yes.
Do you
Yes, we use EVA. Yes, we do. So that's why it's like you have all these vendors. EVA has like thousands and thousands and thousands of vendors, and so we know it's going out. We get a list of everybody it goes to, but it's just getting the responses. I mean, I don't know if the state, it's easier to respond to bids for the state because, obviously it's different, right? Because it's HUD versus, state, but so that could be part of the problem there as well.
And another problem, Mr. Chair, I don't mean to cut over you, but another problem is there's just a shortage of people.
Yes.
Skilled people out there.
Yeah.
That's just the truth. That nobody can find help.
Right.
And so don't feel like you're being infused with the only type of situation. Nobody can find people that are ready to go. So
Right.
if we can train a team that can help us like that, I think it's just to our advantage.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
She have her hand
Okay,
up.
Commissioner McCray, I'm sorry, I didn't see your hand. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I tried to let everybody get their turn. Only thing I had before I was gonna let it slip away from me was, are they gonna have some type of way where they're gonna be bidding for another company, or is it another company that's available as of now until y'all can bid again for another one? That was gonna be my question.
Yes, we currently have like 3 other vendors that do other work for us under different contracts that have an electrical side to their business that is able to provide these services to us in the meantime.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Nothing else?
Nothing
All right,
else?
thank
Okay.
you.
Well, let me be sure. What are the agenda? The last item, resolution.
Okay.
I'll be quick, I promise. So we're up for renewal right now for these 2 particular vendors. They provide the majority of the lawn care services. As you can see on the solicitation, it's for Gilpin, Creighton, Fairfield, Hillside, Decatur, Stonewall, Fox Manor, Lombardi, Whitcomb, Old Brook, First Street, and 4th Avenue. So they do all of these. So this is the bigger cost contracts. We have other contracts, but they expired at a different time. So because of the cost of the renewal, which is estimated to be at $463,627.81, we need to get the board's approval in order to move forward with the renewals of those contracts. Does anybody have any questions?
I make a motion that we make a vote to send it to the board on the resolution that is at hand.
Oh, I second it. I second it.
It's been moved and properly second to send resolution number 2026-18, approval to execute the second renewal option with the Ground Guys of West End and lawn beautification, beautician, and lawn beautician for grass cutting services at multiple properties. I'll do a roll call vote. Commissioner Lewis,
Aye.
Commissioner McCray,
Aye.
Commissioner Parker,
Aye.
and Commissioner Pitchford.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Resolution 2026-18 will go before the full board.
Mr. Chair, if I may, I have a question pertaining to the renewal contract.
Yes, sir.
Not that it would, change anything, or I could ask, once you get to the full board. But, can you tell us the, term of that renewal contract, for how many years would that be, in effect?
We are currently moving into our second renewal, so this will be the third year of the contract. We will have 2 additional 1-year optional renewals left.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, is there anything else? I'll just have a final comment. I'd like to, thank the staff for the time and, it takes to put everything together. As a board, we certainly appreciate your time and effort. And meeting is adjourned. Let's go.
So I think that is a new record. I'm not sure who's gonna, Patrick, are you doing the timekeeping? I think that is a new record. Congratulations, you've reached a set of record. We'll bring this up to the full board meeting. Oh, I know, right.